Hello, I'm Kads, and welcome to today's video. So the portal is alight with the standard midweek progressive chance hue, and normally I would be skipping these types of events. I don't participate in these. The odds are bad. There's no accompanying events, but in this case there is an accompanying event because there is a POGO event going on right now for ancient shards on top of the progressive chance event. Now unfortunately there is no accompanying champion chase or summon rush, so we're not going to be able to double dip in terms of getting some value for our shards, but nonetheless we are in a position to go for the POGO just because we are relatively close to Mercy. So let's pop up the Mercy tracker on the screen here, and we can see that we are 66 shards away from entering Mercy, meaning worst case we have to pull around 86 or 80 shards, give or take, and then we can guarantee ourselves 2 legendaries, which is a great deal. So this is the aftermath of pulling 130 during the last 2x ancients and getting absolutely nothing. But like I mentioned in that video, we would be set up for an ancient POGO if it did happen in the near term, and that just so happens to be the case for today. So I'm going to try my luck and see if second time is the charm for trying for Elva Autumnborn this year from a POGO event. We're going to get 2 chances at her. This is guaranteed because again we are going to be hitting Mercy. She is my choice out of the group of 5 here of the continuous heal, I believe is the theme across all these champions. I happen to have Stock the Broken. He was a fusion champion. I have Wither the Crowned, and I'm looking for Elva Autumnborn, but I technically also don't have Padraig as well as Lady of Ereth. And while we're here in the portal mods, we'll take a look at the overall shard count on the account. 705 on the ancients, which of course we'll be dipping into today, although if I pull less than 80 that would be better. You know, I'd rather keep some for future events. 252 on the void, 66 on the primals, and 64 on the sacreds. So just like last time with the sacred POGO, normally I would just focus on the boosted rates champion, which would be Elva Autumnborn, but because it's a POGO we are going to be getting 2 legendaries. So let's talk about all the desirable champions. My top 5 most wanted non-void legendaries, starting with number 1, Poison Exploder, Xavier or Eleanor. Number 2 is Molly Tankard. Number 3 is Elva Autumnborn herself, so she is fairly high on the list, and so that is why she's so desirable to me. Duchess Level 2 is number 4, and then Lord Champfort is number 5. But of course, we're most likely going to be getting some epics along the way. Granted, the 2x is not on, so the rates or the odds of getting a lot of rares is very, very high. But, you know, if we do happen to get epics along the way, duplicates for empowerment will always be useful. So without further ado, let's get right into the pulls. We've got slightly less than enough space, but I'm hoping that we just happen to get it within the first 80 pulls, and you don't have to worry about getting the last 6 to really, truly hit Mercy. We've got plenty of cash, and hopefully we can get some pretty decent, let's say average luck here. We are guaranteed to get legendaries here, so the luck would be in the quality, not the quantity. First 10 pop, here we go. Let's get it cracking once again. The sooner the better. If we do happen to get it earlier, then that would be nicer, but we are prepared to go all the way out there just in case. And whoa, apparently the 2x is on. Just kidding, not really, but 4 epics nonetheless. Not much to say about Storming Thug. Sir Artemage is a decent force affinity epic damage dealer. Zargala, pretty good debuffer, Curse City style champion, and Sandlast Reviver, one of the many epics who can do debuff buff extension on a 3-turn cooldown. So surprisingly high amount of epics, and unfortunately there is no champion chase, so we're not really getting credit for getting a bunch of epics along the way. And 10 pop of rares to be expected. Like I said, the 10x or the 2x, excuse me, is not on. Let's see here. 10 pop number 3. Can we get anything? Ashma, Lady Mikage epic, and that's basically her only purpose. I don't really think she does anything appreciable. So that was 10 pop number 3. 10 pop number 4. Getting closer with every set. 10 rares to be expected. No big deal. We are all in no matter what, and we're all in for the double legendary. That's what we're looking for. So if we have to pay the rare tax many times along the way, that is a okay. Vergis, very annoying champion to kill whenever you come across him, but a very tanky epic who can protect your team with other protection, but also protect himself with the shield and a continuous heal. You probably all have experienced that one solo Vergis in the arena. I think he can also solo Scarab King in a destroy set, but it takes like half a year to do, so I don't really recommend that people do it. But nonetheless, it is a strategy if you're truly stuck on the Scarab King. This should be a 10 pop number 7, if I'm not mistaken. Vildrax. Oh, we hit the legendary double, and it's Vergamkar and Roshkard the Tower, so we did not get the Elva Autumnborn this go round, unfortunately. Vergamkar is actually they're both duplicates, but Vergamkar is a duplicate. I think that will help Lizardman faction or Faction Guardians for sure. Roshkard the Tower, I think, unfortunately, is a triplet, so he's not going to help Faction Guardians. But yeah, Vildrax, AoE Hex, and I think a little bit of buff extension or debuff extension in this kit. One of the two. Which one is it? Yeah, debuff extension granted on a 4-turn cooldown, which is kind of unideal, but the AoE Hex is kind of his main selling point. But yeah, disappointing to say the least. Vergamkar and Roshkar the tower, so let's hop out of there. And we only took 70 shards, so technically that was a 200 shards, so we got it basically right at like 199 or 200 or so. So just prior to Mercy, but we did not hit the Elva Unborn. And as you can see there in the index, nothing, because they are both duplicates. So let's hop over to the Faction Guardians, and it is, yeah, 10%. No, actually it is accuracy and no, 10% defense. Can't see. Yeah, 10% defense for the Lizardmen, which kind of helps, I guess, Nakmothar. That's probably the one it helps the most. Can't really think of who else comes to mind that would be helpful for. Oh, Pythion, extra defense for him. That's good. Tankiness for Montu, a little bit of extra defense. So nothing monumental, but hey, it's a little bit closer, and now it's one of my highest factions in terms of Faction Guardians. I still, to this day, do not have any faction at a 10 out of 10. So it's a race between the Bannerlords and the Lizardmen now from 8 to 10. And then the other one was Sacred Order, I think. So Roshkard, the tower. And yeah, it doesn't really matter. It's, one or the other. Sir Nick and Roshkard are kind of fighting it out. Although, realistically, I'm probably more likely to get a 4th tower than I am to get a 4th Sir Nick. But yeah, bummer. And that's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. You can't win them all. So another shot taken and another shot missed towards Elva Unborn. But in fairness to her, we only had 2 chances to get her, and each of them only had like a 7% chance to actually proc it. So the odds were very, very low. 93% chance we were going to get anything else but Elva, and that was most certainly the case in this instance. On paper, they're not really the most useful, but more Faction Guardians is better for the stats in the long term, so we'll definitely take it. Let me know in the comment section down below if you were also pulling your shards for this POGO event. Perhaps you were also closer to Mercy and it was a good opportunity for you to stack 2 legendaries on your account. As always, if you did enjoy the video, then be sure to hit that like button down below. It really does help out the channel. And if you're enjoying the content on the channel overall, then feel free to hit that subscribe button down below as well. Thanks for watching and have a good one.